Hello, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your prediction for June 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it's meant for someone else to hear. And please check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said now, let's begin. We are tapping into the Sagittarius collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Sagittarius need to know for June 2026? What do they need to know for June? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Celestial Weaver. In the top row, we have the Six of Swords. We have Justice. And we have the Knight of Cups. Flanking the Celestial Weaver is the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Emperor. Sneak peek now into July. We have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Three of Pentacles. That leaves the Page of Wands, King of Cups, Six of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Let's begin to clarify. We're using the After Tarot deck to clarify these cards. If you're not familiar with this deck, the images are slightly different. It does change or alter the meaning of the cards, and we'll go through that as necessary in your reading today. So for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, let's clarify this, please. For June 2026, we are clarifying Six of Swords, Justice, Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, the Celestial Weaver, Nine of Wands, Six of Cups, Seven of Wands, and the Emperor for the Sagittarius collective. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Six of Swords is clarified by the Eight of Cups. Justice is clarified by the Ten of Cups. The Knight of Cups is clarified by the Four of Cups. The Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Swords. The Celestial Weaver is clarified by the Two of Wands. The Nine of Wands is clarified by Temperance. The Six of Cups is clarified by the Five of Wands. The Seven of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, and the Emperor is clarified by the Two of Swords. Bottom of the deck, sneak peek again into July. Can't believe I'm saying July. Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, Seven of Wands. That leaves the Ten of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Eight of Wands to the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Well, your overall energy for the month is the Celestial Weaver to the Two of Wands. I like this. The Two of Wands in this deck is a card of future planning. The Celestial Weaver, your deck is the only one I use for all 12 zodiac signs that has the Celestial Weaver card in it. Also has the Phoenix card as well. The Celestial Weaver card for me is someone who's weaving together threads of their life, starting a new chapter, whether it's in career and finance, love and romance, or some other aspect. They're gathering the intel. They're gathering all of the supplies that they need. And I feel like that's what you're doing here in the month of June. There's something here in regards to future planning or a decision that needs to be made. And it appears here that you're trying to acquire all of the data or all of the information you need in order to make that decision. Top row, we have Six of Swords to the Eight of Cups. There's something here in this decision about moving forward, like moving on from a situation, environment, or connection, or returning to a situation, environment, or connection. We're going to clarify that. Justice to the Ten of Cups tells me the decision that you're making this decision because you feel like it is best and true to you. It is authentic to you, and it will ultimately make you emotionally content and happy. The Knight of Cups to the Four of Cups is telling me you are rejecting offers, and it could be singular. So an offer or offers if you don't feel that they are good enough for you. This is a very empowered Sagittarius collective. So when the offer comes in, you're thinking about it, you're a little defensive, you're not quite sure if you want to move towards it, and then it looks like you ultimately make a decision here. It's like you step into the shoes or the role, if you will, of the Emperor, because in the After Tarot deck, the Two of Swords, the person has made a decision. So let's begin to clarify, try to figure out what this is for you so you can have some insight into the month ahead. The Celestial Weaver. Why is the Celestial Weaver card here for Sagittarius for June 2026? Why is the Celestial Weaver here? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Celestial Weaver is clarified by the Lovers, the Four of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. So there's a decision here you're trying to make in regards to a partnership, whether it is professional, platonic, or romantic, and you're feeling stuck when it comes to making this decision. Like, I don't want to make the wrong decision. I want to do what is best for myself. Clarify that Two of Wands. Clarify that Two of Wands, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and the Four of Wands. Bottom of the deck, the Two of Pentacles. Whatever situation, environment, or connection this is, one, you put a lot of pentacle resources into it. Time, love, money, patience, talent. Again, I don't know what it is for you. It could be a creative endeavor as well that you're considering giving up on. So take it how it resonates to you. But there's something here in the month of June. You're not sure, do I want to keep working on this? Or do I just need to put an end to it once and for all? In the After Tarot deck, the Ten of Swords is like done, over with. So you seem to be going back and forth. I put a lot into this situation, environment, connection, project, business. And I don't know if I want to move on from it or not. And I feel stuck. I don't want to make the wrong decision here. Six of Swords. Tell me about that Six of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. Six of Swords would be moving on, and the Eight of Cups would be like staying put or returning. So the Six of Swords is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. There's that toss of, I don't know what to do about this. Ace of Wands and the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Swords. I'm not sure if I want to move on from this. I know I could. That's the feeling. If I really wanted to move on from this, I know that I could. I know that I could create something else to not replicate, but replace. I know I can move forward and like replace this, but I'm going to hold myself back in the Strength card from doing that just yet. Because again, I don't want to make a wrong decision here. Clarify that Eight of Cups. So it's like, I'm going to stay put for now. Clarify that Eight of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. We're not going to take them because they fell face down. So we'll do a reshuffle there for you, Sag. Tell me more about this here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Three of Swords, which in the After Tarot deck, the heart is healed. The Fool card. And the Queen of Wands, bottom of the deck, the World card. So if you've ever seen my readings before, I always say, and it's just for me, I don't know how other tarot readers read, but for me, queens exist in the present. They process the past. Kings take action. It's not hierarchical. It's not masculine versus feminine. It's just how I view a suit of cards in tarot. So there's something here is like, I'm reviewing this connection that's currently in my life, or maybe a past one that recently exited because I have that World card there. I don't know if I want to revisit it. I don't know if I want to move on from it. I don't know if I want to completely move on from it. So you're really at odds here with yourself. Is this particular connection, professional, platonic, romantic, can it be healed? Can it be restored? Or is this as good as it's going to get? And if it is as good, if this is as good as it gets, do I want to be here 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line? Like if nothing changed, would I still want to exist in this? Justice. Clarify justice. One more shuffle. Thank you. Justice is clarified by the Page of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Four of Wands. Wow. Bottom of the deck, the World card. There's something here within you that is saying the just right, fair thing for me to do is to move on from this. So your intuition is on point here. And the fire within you, obviously you're a fire sign, but there's a fire burning within you that says, I could really go in another direction and I could find a better job, or I can create a different business model. You know, I can in time find another love partner. I can find a better place to live. Like I don't have to stay here. So there's that part of you that says, I really don't have to stay here. If I don't like it, if I'm not being treated well, if nothing's reciprocal, you know, if you know, the relationship is toxic, I don't know what it is for you, right? If the job environment is not healthy or they're not paying me adequately, I know I can move on from this. I just don't know if I want to. I don't know if this is like fixable or healable. Clarify that Ten of Cups. Because I think whatever or whomever this is, you would like the Ten of Cups with it. Like if I was just emotionally content and satisfied, and I was treated well or loved properly or respected, I would stay here. That's the feeling that I get here. If it's not your reading, I apologize, but and I think that's why you're wrestling with this or wrangling, not wrangling, wrestling with this. One more shuffle here. Thank you, because you don't completely despise this. You just want to be treated better by it. By the boss, by the environment, by the customer base or the clients, by the romantic partner. The Ten of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. Yeah, there's a feeling here. In the After Tarot deck, the individual is holding the Ace of Swords, and they're slaying their doubts, fears, and anxieties. So there's a feeling here of, I know I can move on from this, and I can build again, or I could rebuild again. I know that I can get into another relationship, find a better job. But if I'm going to put all of that effort into finding something new or creating something new, maybe I could put the effort into fixing this, whatever this is for you. And then there's a party that says, but I don't know if that's possible because I'm not the only one involved here, Ten of Cups. There's another person or other people involved here. So even if I put all of my effort into this and I show up in my best form, I'm not guaranteed that the other person or people involved here will do the same. Knight of Cups. And I think that's where you're stuck at. You're like, I know what I would do, but I'm not guaranteed the other person or people involved will do the same thing. Knight of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. Knight of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Bottom of that, Queen of Cups. To make matters even worse, whoever this person or these people are that you're contemplating moving on from, they're hot and cold with you. They come in and out in that Knight of Wands energy. And the Five of Cups, they leave you feeling like emotionally abandoned or wounded or disrespected. And then they come back around again in the Three of Cups, and it's like nothing ever happened. They serve pro what they do here. There's really no acknowledgement of their fluctuating mood or their inconsistency. So they leave you feeling one way on, a Monday morning, and then a Monday afternoon it's, hey, what do you want for dinner tonight? Or you did a great job on that project, last week. And you're like, really? You're thinking to yourself, really? All day I've been trying to get your attention and you have ignored me. That's the feeling here. You left me feeling abandoned. And then in the afternoon, you want to buy me lunch. Like, what kind of place of employment is this? If it's a romantic partner, you emotionally neglect me for who knows how long, months on end sometimes. And then you come in, you want to celebrate my birthday, or you want, I just feel like it's so hot and cold. So the Knight of Cups, the exchange with this other person or these other people, it's Knight of Wands. And that's further clarified by Five of Cups to the Three of Cups. There's no consistency here. And so now you're starting to think, if it's always going to be this way, I will just dump out that cup, whatever the Knight is offering here. Because in the After Tarot deck, the person dumps it out. So it's like, if it's always going to be this way, if they're not going to put in the effort that I'm putting in, then what am I even doing here? Because despite my best efforts, nothing's changing. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Four of Cups is clarified by the Three of Wands. I might as well move on from this. Four of Pentacles, let it go. And the Seven of Cups is even in this deck, let it go. And I'll explain to you why. The Three of Wands is not just waiting for your ship to come in. The ship is in sight. So again, if this is how it's always going to be, and you have a very long-term view here. And I don't see the cards yet on the table, so maybe they'll come up in a little bit. But you seem to think, I like it here. Or, I like it here. I would like success with this, maybe emotional or maybe financial abundance, possibly both. But I can't be the only one working on this. And your feeling here is if I have to go start over from scratch elsewhere and put in that Three of Pentacles effort elsewhere, I may as well just put it in here. But what's the point of doing that if this person is not putting in the effort the way I am? So in the Three of Wands, it's like, I know I can find better and I can move on. I think this is what you're deciding. Please never allow tarot to dictate what you do. But the Three of Wands is, I'm not waiting for my ship to come in. This person is waving because their ship has come in. And in the Four of Pentacles in the After Tarot deck, whatever it is here that you've been holding on to, the job, the living situation, the friend, the family member, the lover, you're releasing it. it's met here with a scorpionic energy of like the Grim Reaper. So I'm ready to let this go. And even in the After Tarot deck in the Seven of Cups, we're leaving behind 7 cups on the shelf and we're taking the Ace of Cups, the new beginning. So there's an interest here on your part after a lot of deliberation. I don't think this is new to June. I think you've been thinking about this for a long time. Some of you up to the last 2 years. And you're finally starting to come to the realization or the conclusion that you're the only one putting in any effort here. And you know what's interesting? We have a good amount of cards on the table. You're the only energy that showed up. They showed up as a Knight of Wands and like, that's it. But let's see where we go with this. Page of Pentacles. So you start to lean towards, I think it really is best for me to move on from this. I just saw the Hierophant. Some of you have high Taurus placements. I've noticed that in some of your weekly readings. But anyway, clarify that Page of Pentacles. One more shuffle. Thank you. Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Cups, Knight of Swords, and Judgment. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Wands. 4 of Swords. Tell me about the 4 of Swords. Tell me about that 4 of Swords. One more shuffle. Thank you. 4 of Swords is clarified by King of Cups, the Devil, and the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Swords. Again, please don't allow tarot to dictate what you do. After a lot of considerable thought here, you decide, and I'm just telling you what's here, my happiness does reside here, that 9 of Cups. And I'm making the judgment call that I'm going to put in an effort to stay here. It's almost like you're blaming yourself. Like, well, if I was just a better employee, they would treat me better. If I was a better friend, or, you know, my best friend would be nicer to me, or my group of friends would be nicer to me. If I was just a better spouse, my spouse would, you know, would match me, or, you know, would take better care of me, or would love me. Or you seem to be falling here into the belief that you're the reason why this person is inconsistent with their respect or admiration or love or kindness or generosity towards you. So with that King of Cups to the Devil to the Strength card, you're deciding, I'm going to stay in this. I'm not completely like attached to the outcome here. I'm going to stay here for now, but I know that in time, if I have to move on, I will. You're sort of kicking the can down the road here, because the King of Cups, the cup is poured out. So you're emotionally not fulfilled here. The Devil card, you have no attachment to the outcome. In the After Tarot deck, the individuals are freed. And then the Strength card is like, I'm going to hold myself back from moving on. I'm going to stay in this for now. I think it's my fault. I think if I was just a better blank, they would be a better blank. But I have no expectations here. I'm just going to see how it goes. 9 of Wands. Tell me about the 9 of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The 9 of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Cups. That's what you do. Tower and the 6 of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Pentacles. So your decision here seems to be, I'm going to try to be better, show up differently, you know, arrive to work early, stay late when they ask me to, work overtime whenever they need it. You know, I'm going to take better care of my appearance. I'm going to be, you know, more charming towards my person, more understanding, more loving. I'm going to cook their favorite meals. You know, I'm going to go out of my way to show this friend or this family member that I can be everything they want or need me to be. You have absorbed what this person has done to you or the way they've treated you, and you're now looking at this like it's my fault. Temperance. Tell me why Temperance is here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Temperance is clarified by the 10 of Pentacles. The Ace of Cups shows itself again, and the Emperor. So your executive decision here, okay, because again, you're in the role of the Emperor. You're the one making the decision. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to try to make it work. And I'm just going to be a better version of myself. 6 of Cups to the 5 of Wands. There's no internal conflict. I'm not even going to clarify this to waste your time. It's like my decision is made and I'm at peace with this decision that for now, I'm going to stay connected to this 6 of Cups soulmate, professional, platonic, or romantic. 7 of Wands and a Knight of Pentacles. I'm not putting off the idea that I could move on, but I am going to delay it. I'm going to hold myself back from moving in a new direction because I'm going to just wait and see what happens here. And that's your decision, Emperor to the 2 of Swords. So I'm not even going to clarify the bottom row, but I do want to clarify July, because in July we have 8 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords to the 3 of Pentacles. That situation, environment, or connection that you decided to stay in to work on. It looks like you're observing some more Knight of Wands behavior and you become very defensive over it. So let's clarify what happens in July. So what you don't see coming for June, this, I don't know if I should stay or I should go. You somehow have absorbed or transferred what this person was doing to you or how they were treating you as that it must be your fault because you're not good enough. So you took a self-worth wound and made it even worse. Sorry about that, Sagittarius. The battery died on the microphone and I needed to charge it for about 10 minutes. So we're back. I think we're good till the end of your reading. So it seems here like you decide to stay because you are blaming yourself for why this entity or this person or these people are treating you the way that they are. I do want to clarify the Emperor there, just because I see you making the decision here. Anything else we need to know about Sagittarius' decision? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Emperor is clarified by the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the 6 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. If I just give more, I can turn this whole thing around. This is all my fault, or I'm to blame for part of it. I'm to blame why this particular connection is not to my liking. And I'm going to manifest here that if I just put in more, this person's going to show up in equal to me. Clarify this further. One more shuffle. Thank you. Judgment. That's the judgment call that you made. 2 of Pentacles and the King of Wands. And now we see you taking action. This was you assessing this. Queen of Wands. And then again, for me, Kings take action. And your belief here is that if I'm just better, if I'm more nurturing or more caring, or again, I just put in more effort, this person will reciprocate. Hey, it's worth it. It's worth a try. Before I finally make the decision to leave, which again, I'm not, I'm kicking the can down the road. And I don't know if you realize you're doing that, but that's what you're doing. So I'm not putting that off, right? I'm not ruling that out. But for this month, I'm just going to try to make more of an effort. So now you're working 3 of Pentacles with the situation, environment, the connection, the people. Clarify that 7 of Swords. Clarify the 7 of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Death card. The Page of Swords and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, 8 of Swords. So there's either something here that this person is saying or doing, or something that you are observing that makes you realize this is a losing battle. We have the Page of Swords in both decks here. Temperance is you. You were here in your power making the decision. You're now here. There's something here that you're seeing. I'm going to try to get you more info. Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. And it's in the after tarot deck, this person or people, they've crossed the line. They've crossed the boundary. They've gone too far with something that they said or did, or some type of behavior that you see or pattern that you see being repeated in that Knight of Wands energy. And you become very defensive over it. Clarify that further. Clarify that 7 of Swords further in July. One more shuffle. Thank you. Knight of Swords, High Priestess, and the 3 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 6 of Cups. This person has returned to their former ways, whatever it was that they were engaging in or however they were behaving towards you. And this makes you quite upset, actually borderline angry. The Knight of Swords in the after tarot deck is very aggressive. So there's something here of, I went against my own intuition to try to reconcile this or make things work, and this person still did this. What is Sagittarius? What is the experience there of the Page of Swords? Because I don't know if you're hearing it, you know, secondhand, third hand, if you're witnessing it, if you're seeing it online, you know, if it's something they're saying or doing. So can you clarify the Page of Swords? One more shuffle. Thank you. The Seven of Cups, the King of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Hangman. Despite your best efforts, this person has returned to their vices. And you, in that Four of Cups, seem to be pretty upset because you know what that means for you. Because in June, you're saying, if this is not reciprocal, I'm ready to dump it out. Four of Cups. I'm ready to walk away. And now the feeling is like this person is giving me no choice but to do something I really didn't want to do. This is further clarified by King of Swords, Ace of Wands. You're seeing everything very clearly now. Page of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. And then I think you receive an apology. But I think this is what this person does. I think they treat you poorly, or they neglect you, or they go back to some type of vice here that they have. And then when you catch them on it, or you call them on it, or they see that your mood shifts, or you pull back your energy, then they come in. We saw that there at the Five of Cups, Three of Cups, Five of Cups, Three of Cups. What's the vice here? Or what is this person's issue? Let's fix that deck there. What is this person's issue? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What is the issue? The Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Chariot. This person has always done this. You've always allowed them to do this. This is a repetitive cycle for them. And as long as you allow this to happen, they're just going to keep doing it. Whether it's over drinking, going out with friends, neglecting you, being, you know, King of Swords, very emotionally shut down or shut off from you, or cold in their discussions with you, their conversations with you. This has been going on for a long time. And as long as you allow it to continue, it's going to continue despite your best efforts. Tell me more about this person's vices or anything else we need to know about them. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Hermit, the Sun card, and the Knight of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. This person is very selfish. They do what makes them happy in the moment with no regard for you. And I say that because the Knight of Cups in the After Tarot deck is drinking the cup, which ironically they were offering you here. So they give you a cup and they take it away, and they give you a cup and they take it away. And this is just a cycle with this person, and this will persist until you say enough. Ace of Swords, the Tower, and the Wheel of Fortune. This cycle will keep repeating until you get the clarity you need, until you see the raw truth of what's happening here, and you put an end to the cycle. Unfortunately, you have to be the one to end it, because you're the one who's aware of it. You're the one who's enduring it. You're the one who's blaming themselves for it. And you're the one who's allowing it to continue. Chariot, Hangman, Nine of Swords. It looks like you'll be doing a lot of thinking in July about the direction of this partnership or connection here. Let's get you some advice. Now remember, this is just an energetic map. You don't have to do all this if you know that's what July is going to be like. But if you want to do this anyway and wait till July, you certainly can. I just don't see things changing here. Despite your best efforts and even you blaming yourself, which I really wish you wouldn't do. 3 cards of advice here for June. 3 cards of advice here for June for Sagittarius. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Devil, the Two of Wands, and the Nine of Swords. Bottom of the deck, Five of Wands. Your advice here is to ask yourself, why do you stay? Do you have some type of toxic attachment style? Or do you have some fears, doubts, or anxieties that you can't find better than the job who treats you this way? Or, you know, the client base that treats you this way? The friend group? the family member or members, the love partner. I mean, whoever this person is, it's almost like you're trying to compete for their affection or attention. And I don't think this is a battle you can win, Sag, because this isn't a fight between you and them. This is an internal fight for that person. It's between them and them. And it's not a battle that they're willing to even look at. So your advice here is to ask yourself, when you're making this decision, that Two of Wands that you started off here with, Celestial Weaver to the Two of Wands, why are you making the decision you're making? Could it be that you are, you have an unhealthy attachment style to this person? And, it could be an anxious attachment style. They could be an avoidant. I don't know. I didn't go too much into their energy, but for you, there could be an anxious attachment style. You might have a fear of abandonment. And so leaving this person triggers that wound for you because you know what it's like to be abandoned. And subconsciously or consciously, you don't want to make this person feel abandoned, but you're abandoning yourself in that process. For others of you, this very well could be a trauma bonded relationship. Whether you came together and you bonded over the traumas that the two of you had before you met, or the back and forth, hot and cold, 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups, created the trauma bonding within the relationship. Let's get you 3 cards. So your advice here is just to ask yourself why you persist in something that is very unhealthy, and to look within yourself. And this isn't about contracts or marriage or religious beliefs. This is an unhealthy attachment style on your part. Please don't be offended. I'm just giving you the message that's here. The aspect of, I've been in this job for 10 years and I can't leave, or I'm contractually obligated, or I have a moral duty because I'm married. Those are excuses that you're making because you may not want to actually look within and ask yourself why you're really staying. This is a lot harder of a truth to face or to identify. 3 cards for July. 3 cards for July. One more shuffle here. Thank you. 6 of Cups, that person from the past. This Ace of Wands and the 2 of Cups. Bottom of the deck, 7 of Pentacles. This is just going to continue to go on and on and on. 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Hierophant, Death card. This relationship is not going in the direction that you wanted to go in. I'm wondering what the lesson is here for you. What was Sagittarius supposed to learn from this person? Professional, platonic, or romantic? What were they supposed to learn? What is the lesson here? One more shuffle. Thank you. It's possible for some of you, this person's entire reason to be in your life is to show you that, the shadow aspect of yourself when it comes to connections, to get you to look at that wound and figure out where it came from and to heal it once and for all. But let's, Ace of Pentacles, that's the truth. Only 4 Pentacles, only 4 aces in a deck. And whenever I see one after I say something, I feel like that's the truth. Ace of Pentacles, the Moon card, that's what it is. 3 of Wands, bottom of the deck, King of Cups. Why do you become emotionally invested or bonded to people that are no good for you? This rests within you in that Moon energy. This is suppressed within you. It's a shadow aspect within you. And this person's entire reason or lesson for being in your life is for you to go within and explore why that is, where did it come from, so you could heal it once and for all. I don't think this person's reason to be in your life is to stay in your life for the rest of your life. It was so you could heal this wound and move on to have healthier connections. Tell me more about the wounds, and then we'll close out with some oracle cards and kippers. Tell me more about the wounds. One more shuffle. Thank you. The wound. 8 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. The wound here has something to do with self-worth, something of, I have to keep giving, and I have to keep giving, and I have to keep giving. Do you know what this is reminding me of? And I'm not pro or against this, and I take no political positions on my channel because I'm a tarot reader when I'm here. So I don't want you to think that I'm taking like a political position on this or not. But it reminds me of the horses in New York City that pull the carriages through Manhattan, through the streets. And some of them have had exceptional owners, and they've taken like exemplary care of their horses. And then some of the owners have just been absolutely terrible. I mean, they just push those horses. They barely feed them. You know, they're not getting the veterinary care. And there was a whole thing in the news several years ago about this, about the carriage rides and the horses and the impact on the horses. And this is giving me the feeling of like, you're the horse, don't be offended, that's not being like cared for, is not being taken care of. And yet you feel it's your duty to just hitch that carriage on your shoulders and keep dragging it behind you, trying to get to a destination. And meanwhile, you're not being taken care of whatsoever. But it's like you're like DNA programmed that that's like your job. This is very much giving me like, this is a really sad energy, Sag. This is giving me the feeling of someone who is so beaten down by a connection that they think it's their fault. I think this person's whole reason for being in your life is to show you this aspect of yourself so you can move forward and heal it, so you can master it and really work on it. I think they're supposed to show you this. Let's close it out now with some oracle cards and some kippers. Three oracle cards here, please, for Sagittarius. One more shuffle. Thank you. Home, brave heart, deep connection. Bottom of the deck, embrace your truth. Let's get you three more cards here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Twilight glow, sacred well, whispering pines. Bottom of the deck, ancient castle. Home, return to inner peace and self-acceptance, feeling grounded and at ease with who you are. I think there's something here about going within, maybe to your early childhood. Like, I think you need to go to home base here within you to figure out why you're staying in something that is not emotionally or financially beneficial to you. Brave heart, face the world with fearlessness, breaking through all the boundaries with courage. Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of courage to see that. And you're not the first person. And there are shadow aspects within myself, and I continually work on them. But this is one that really needs your addressing. Deep connection. Find bonds of support and love in intimate relationships and family. I think for some of you, this started in childhood and is now rolled over into all of your other connections, professional, platonic, and romantic. Twilight glow. Embrace the in-between. Magic happens at twilight. So for some of you, more rest. We saw that there with that Four of Swords. But more rest, more introspection. I would even like calling your guides at night to see if they can give you any help with this, any downloads, any dreams. I would keep a dream journal. Sacred well. Deep healing is available. Take time for restoration. Yeah, I would definitely be resting more, meditating more, and really going within that well, right within us, really going deep to figure out, where's this wound? Where did it originate? Whispering pines, nature's voices guide you. Listen to their wisdom. So maybe being out in nature would be beneficial to you. Accept your true self, loving yourself and others unconditionally. There might be something in that, Sag, where you were taught that you have to be the unconditional person, that you have to stay no matter what, even if you're treated poorly. Fortify your defenses. Strength comes from within. Yeah, there's definitely something here. And like I said, for some of you, it goes back to childhood. Let's get you 6 Kipper cards. 2 cards here for that top row. We have main female came out on the side, and mature woman a little bit on the side there also. I don't read body parts, but this is someone here who is not learning from not learning from, I don't want to call them past mistakes, but from the same experience happening over and over and over again. 2 cards here for the center. The Lovers, the Choice, Message. So again, there's something here of you, I want to say you're ignoring the message from within. You're ignoring your intuition, and you're making the choice to try this again. Mature man, mature woman. So for some of you, this is a counterpart or someone that you deem to be a counterpart. For some of you, it's a third party. I have to say that because I have a main female, a mature woman, and a mature man. 2 cards here, sudden wealth. And then we have marriage on the side. Yeah, this is a contract that you're not sure will go the test of time. And you're right. I think at the end of the day, you become single, free, and independent of it. But and maybe for some of you, it requires divorce or just a severing of a contract. But there's something here about this. This connection is not in balance, and nothing you can do is going to bring it into balance. There's a wound within you that you need to heal, but healing this wound isn't going to make the other person heal whatever wounds they have. That is their journey. And you staying tied to them or tethered to them doesn't help them grow. In fact, it's often in separation that people actually do their growing. And maybe that's what's required here. But at the bottom of the deck, we have Privileged Lady, Pathway, and Despair. There's, I don't know, there's a lot of pain or sadness here at the thought of having to move on from this, or starting over, or finding another job, or again, maybe another living situation, or another partner, like just having to start off from scratch. But that is what I have for you, Sagittarius. It looks like you are repeating a cycle here in June 2026 because there is some inner wound that you have yet to address or heal. That is what I have for you. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.